My name is David Jaffe. Welcome to the Wealth and Health Podcast, where you'll learn valuable skills and positive habits that will improve your life. This podcast originally aired as a video on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/beststockstrategy. The Wealth and Health Podcast is brought to you by beststockstrategy.com. Invest with Corey. What's up with this guy? When I was doing some of my other reviews, I got a lot of comments and emails about Invest with Corey. I'm going to walk you through some very important information, so you definitely want to stick around until the end. Some of the comments that I received included, "Man, I wish I found your video earlier. I got into this scam with another guru called Invest with Corey. Same crap, 5K promising you unreal returns. In reality, salesperson lied a lot. And when I called him back and said I want to quit and I want my money back, he just hung up on me." Then I said, I'm going to look into him as well. A lot of people have complained about him. Have you contacted your credit card company? And then he wrote, I did. It's going to take up to 3 months. Hopefully it will resolve. Here's another comment that I received. Great video. Can you look at Invest with Corey? His videos, recommendations, and strategies seem shady at times, and his praise comments from subscribers seem to be made up. He has real people in each of his recent videos now saying how great he is, or has been for their accounts and portfolios. But these seem to be fabricated as well. Thanks. Before I show you the actual evidence that I found, I want to just go over a few things really quick. This might seem a little bit boring, but hang tight because it's definitely going to be worth it. The first is that I am considering litigation against Invest with Corey, similar to when I sued Option Alpha in federal court for making false claims. The second is that I have a lot of information on Corey, so it's possible that I'll make another video. However, I can't share everything that I have because I haven't been able to verify everything. The third thing is that with apologies to Felix Pren from Goat Academy, it's my opinion that Corey is the biggest predator that I've ever reviewed. The fourth item is that if you ever feel that you've been scammed, and this is in general, you can visit reportfraud.ftc.gov, and you can also contact your credit card company to initiate a chargeback. The fifth item, people should really be careful of those who do not offer trials of their services, yet they ask for large amounts of money up front. Because if they're able to exceed your expectations, then there's no reason why they wouldn't offer you a trial so that you can experience it for yourself. The next is that I watched a video from Corey, and I believe I heard him say that trading saved my life. But it's my opinion that a more accurate statement would have been YouTube viewers saved my life, because I believe that without his YouTube viewers, there's a chance that he would be homeless. The next thing is I've watched a lot of his videos, and there's nothing that I've seen that isn't available for free elsewhere. And the final thing is I also believe that an aggressive put selling strategy will actually lose money. When trading options, it's important to be directional. When selling put options, your maximum profit is going to be the credit that you received. If you want to achieve very large returns from selling options, that means that you're going to have to sell way too many contracts, or you're going to have to sell strike prices that are extremely aggressive. The problem with this is that during a large volatility expansion event, you're going to end up blowing up your account. And just over the past 6 months, we've had 2 of them. On August 5th, 2024, volatility spiked up tremendously. And then again, on December 18th, 2024, there was another volatility expansion. Selling aggressive put options is an easy way to blow up your account because you'll likely end up running out of buying power and being forced into a margin call. Let's go through some of the things that I found about Corey. Initially, I got an email about Ashley Wade. I'm not going to share this stuff here because I couldn't verify a lot of the information here, so I'm not going to post it in a video. But then we started to discuss Corey.
Hello, I'm Corey Benoit with Famous Media.
And I did some digging. First, I looked at his X account, and then I looked at all of his old tweets. Then I found this. So this is Corey. Then it led me to the Yelp page for Famous Media. I found these to be pretty interesting. He was MIA for important moments, and multiple people had to go looking for where he was all the time. His work was horrible. Working with Famous Media, I found Corey, the owner. And have no regard for customer service or make any attempts to fix their wrongs or deliver on their promises. You can see here, Corey will hardly respond to my emails and calls, but when he did, he decided to blame the videographer he hired for this. The videographer then told me Corey never paid him at all for any of his work and wouldn't let him create the film for me, so I had no idea who was telling me the truth or why I still haven't received everything I paid for. I bought an expensive camera from the owner of Famous Media, Corey Benoit. The camera was missing some parts because he isn't careful with his equipment. He is a fast talker and very salesy. I asked him to sign a bill of sale and he said he would, but when I sent it to him, he never got back. Obviously, Corey isn't very responsible. I would not be surprised if he was a drug addict, considering how skinny he was. Red flags before I hired him. He talked a good game and claimed he had done a shoot at my wedding location before, but when I asked him to show me photos, he fumbled for an excuse about how he won't be able to find them. I saw a few extremely horrible reviews on Thumbtack, and I should have listened to them instead of the many generic good reviews. Corey excused himself after the couple's portraits and was nowhere to be found for the family portraits. During the arbitration process, Corey blatantly lied about the events, going as far as editing the timestamps on his photos to prove he didn't disappear during key moments. The arbitrator ruled that Corey was to provide the videos and to give me back half of my money. He didn't pay by the deadline and hasn't delivered the videos, prompting me to follow a lengthy legal process. Do not hire Corey, Famous Media. You will regret it. Listen to the bad reviews. Do not take a chance on your wedding day. Corey ruined our wedding memories and was borderline creepy in the bridal suit, and then eventually deleted all of our photos off the internet database. Corey missed our wedding ceremony. Stay away. He talks a good game, but definitely should not photograph weddings. I wouldn't recommend Corey to my worst enemy. He was 2 hours late. We never had time for post photos. Corey was not a friendly person at our wedding. His photos were all too white and not creative. You might be thinking, so what? It's a wedding. This is photography. What does this have to do with finance? But let's go back to what else I found. You can find his old YouTube channel here, Famous Media. You can see a photo of Corey at the wedding. Wow, he looks so incredibly handsome. And then in his About Me section, he says, I am Corey. I have always had a passion for creating. I have been photographing weddings for over 14 years. I studied photography at Full Sail University. I also won Couples Choice Awards in 2015, 2016, and 2017 on Wedding Wire. I love what I do. I can't imagine doing anything else. I love meeting new bride and grooms and being able to tell a story of their special day. I am very easy to work with and will have lots of fun with you on the day of your dreams and promise to provide you with memories that bring smiles forever. Contact me below. I look forward to speaking with you about your wedding day. The interesting thing is that he says that he studied photography at Full Sail University, but elsewhere, I believe he says that he studied business or finance. Here you can see the website. Here's how it looks. There's our buddy right there. Then I found this link where it says, welcome to Famous Media. And you can see in his bio what he says. I've studied photography for over 14 years. I have a passion, etc. In the bio, you can see that there's no mention of finance or business or anything of that nature. Then you can see we found his LLC, Invest with Corey LLC, which is registered in New Jersey, in Wayne County. Then I just had to rely upon my intuition. Looking at Corey with others claiming there were drugs, I'm confident there's an arrest in there. I'm unsure how New Jersey is with their public records, but I'll try to review the docket in the divorce proceeding to see if there's more info there. Well, it turns out that in New Jersey, the divorce records are not public. I may submit a FOIA request in order to get those records, Or in the case of litigation, I could subpoena those documents. I can also depose his ex-wife and his former business partners and some of the people who have sued him as well. All right, so my instincts proved to be correct. I did find an arrest. Here's an arrest. It looks like it happened in early 2019. The first crime that he was charged with was stalking. His second charge seems to be harassment, some type of communication. And then there was also a mention of theft by unlawful taking. With New Jersey, it's not the easiest state to get records for. Like I said earlier, I can submit a FOIA request, or if there's litigation, I'm sure that I can receive the actual charging document. Then I found 3 lawsuits. Here's one of the lawsuits. Here you can see that he was sued for $1,241.93. Then you can see that he was sued for not paying rent. Now, this one is actually very interesting because I believe I watched a video from Corey where he said that he purchased the house in 2019. So if he purchased the house in 2019, then why was he sued for not paying rent in 2020? And we can read the actual complaint. They're demanding about $8,350 from him. Breach of contract, non-payment of rent. We have not been paid rent since April 2020. Defendant has lived in my home since May 1st, 2018, and has made no effort to resolve the outstanding money due. All right, the next court case, he was sued again for $1,740, breach of contract. Defendant owns and operates Famous Media, a photo-video business for our wedding. Defendant was hired to provide video services as described in our contract. Wedding date was March 23rd, 2019. To date, defendant has provided nothing that was paid for, edits, and does not return phone calls or messages. Then in my email I said, I don't think New Jersey permits family court dockets to be viewed online, unfortunately. Maybe I can submit a FOIA request. Then as part of the lawsuit where he was sued for not paying rent, this was his statement that he submitted to the court. I am a wedding photographer, and the government has implemented laws making public gatherings illegal, and therefore I have no job or income. I have to take care of 2 children as well. This is unfair, how I am forced out of a job by the government, and now in turn I am being sued due to the circumstances that are out of my control and not my fault. Oh my God, Corey, I feel for you. You are such a victim here. You are such a victim. I have tried to contact the plaintiff. The plaintiff has even harassed me at my residence numerous times by hanging out in my yard and knocking on my door multiple times a day. I even had to call the police. This case seems pretty ripe due to the fact that I'm still in the house. This proceeding should take place after I am evicted or move. The plaintiff owns a house outright. The plaintiff, oh, he spelled that one right. The plaintiff and his wife both work as their jobs were not affected. He admitted this to me multiple times on the phone. This is unfair to me due to the pandemic. It seems that he's arguing that they should make him a charity case because they own a home and have been smart with their money while also working full time, whereas he's been unable to do that. Going back to his actual statement. He admitted this to me multiple times on the phone. This is unfair to me due to the pandemic. I have been offered zero help from the plaintiff. I am pleading with the court to understand my situation. My job was taken from me by the government. They have forced many people due to, I don't want to say that word. Being sued is not going to allow anyone to get on their feet, including myself. It's only going to bury me for a problem I didn't create. Oh my God, Corey. I feel your pain. You are such a victim here. Unfortunately, I don't believe that the judge is going to buy this. But let's continue onwards. Being sued is not going to allow anyone to get on their feet, including myself. It's only going to bury me for a problem I didn't create. I have children to take care of. This is beyond unfair. I also want to mention that my landlord involved himself in my divorce case only a few weeks back. He took it upon himself to text message my ex-wife, trying to have my children taken from me by assisting her out of spite that I cannot afford rent. I intend to file a complaint with the state and Governor Murphy's office as this is unacceptable behavior. Oh man, I feel so bad for you, Corey. This is all I have right now. I'm going to post another video where he goes over his backstory, and you can see that he clearly lies in that video to manufacture a fake background, which in my opinion, he's using to package it and sell to people so that he can extract as much money out of them as possible. If you have any questions, leave a comment below and email me if you have additional information. Visit beststockstrategy.com and submit your email address to receive valuable free training. Please give this podcast a positive rating and review. If you have any questions, visit beststockstrategy.com and send me a message.